Tortoises and Hares, written by Khatzumoto, posted in February of 2010. Remember the fable of the tortoise and the hare? Well, that fable is bullocks. You see, they got the personalities backwards. In real life, human tortoises are laid back, nonchalant, happy. Meanwhile, human hares are destructively disciplinarian, destructively obsessive, and destructively obsessed with quick results. What happens is that the hares self-flagellate to the point of burnout. Their very obsession with the race and running it better, faster, and longer causes them to come to hate anything to do with running and thus avoid it at all costs. Here, running equals action, race equals project. That's why hares are always resting and procrastinating instead of moving. It's not arrogance, it's self-preservation. Hares are refugees from a war being waged by, on, and within themselves. They're not shirkers, they're not lazy, they're just trying to get a break from their own mental violence, their constant negative self-talk, their Tantalusian expectations. Hares, under the premise of delayed gratification, often actually practice zero gratification. It is just never good enough, ever. They never give themselves the carrot, only the stick. Like Tantalus, they neither get the cool, refreshing water nor the sweet grapes of satisfaction. Only the grapes of, wrath? I don't know. So hares procrastinate and appear to shirk. It's perhaps a subconscious way for them to hijack or sabotage their own system of cruelty and give themselves at least some carrots, water, and sweet grapes between the beatings, hunger, and thirst. Neil Fiore talks about all this on The Now Habit. The tortoises, on the other hand, just play their way through the whole thing. They run the race, not because they have to, but because it's there. Tortoises screw around, putting one playful, jiggy foot in front of the other. They have so much fun that their victories are practically side effects, which is a good thing because moments of victory are far too short to be the be-all and end-all. Yeah, verily, let it be known that I kid you not, I learned Japanese almost by accident. Kanji acquisition is a good example of the tortoise-hare dichotomy. Even going at just 10 kanji a day, every day, will have you acquiring 3,650 kanji over the course of a year. Conversely, hare-like attempts to force 100 kanji a day often lead to stress, fatigue, and overload. The irony of trying to force too many kanji a day is that it often leads to 0 kanji days, 0 kanji months, and even 0 kanji years. Forced high speed often also leads to poorly remembered kanji. I have seen many people feel the need to start over again from scratch. Where's the speed in that? I'm not saying don't do 100 kanji a day. If you can do 100 a day happily, then do it. If not, then don't. Find your sweet spot. Everyone's will be different. Find a number that you can hit every day, no matter how small, and then go about that. During my US-based Japanese project, the so-called hardcore phase of AJATT, I was a tortoise. Japanese has always been a toy for me, just something I screw around with. My Japanese, however, has often been hare-like. It has often become a grim duty, something I should do and have to do fast, and have to prove a point to the whole world about. More status symbol than self-contained game. And we all know how well status symbol-seeking language learners tend to do. See English in Japan and Korea for details. In my experience, only when I act like a tortoise do I succeed in long-term projects, scenic or otherwise. As far as I know, only the tortoise model is sustainable, and that's the key to anything long-term: sustainability, stamina. The tortoise only seems slower, but because she has a model that she actually sustains, you could say she gets to enjoy the metaphorical compound interest of her efforts. Put away the whips and sticks, relax, just do one. Enjoy each step, savor each bite. Become a tortoise and start winning. Remember, it only seems slower. You'll get there sooner than you think, and way ahead of any hares. Those kids all die of heart attacks, suicide, and depression anyway. Note, I don't know if people clinically die of depression, but how many sad centenarians have you ever seen? I guess I should say sadness if I'm going to be so vague and non-clinical. Oh well, haha. End note. Be mellow. Be like a grandparent. Think about it. Maybe it's not the advanced age that makes grandparents mellow, but the mellowness that allows them to live to an advanced age. Be like a tortoise.